What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex. In this video, I want to discuss if Batman Arkham 2020 should drop the name Arkham. Now, we've had this discussion before. I think we've talked about if this should be the last Arkham game. We've also talked about the power of the title, but I wanted to go back into this, talking about the reboot, which I did on Sunday, and you guys have responded super well. These videos are doing fantastic, and you guys absolutely rock, so I greatly appreciate your guys' support. Make sure you guys continue liking these videos. That I think they really do help. Leaving your comments. Again, they really do push these videos out there. And again, I really, truly appreciate all of your support. But in that video, in the comments, there was a lot of people saying they should drop the name, the game's been retitled, all that kind of stuff. So I want to go over some of the things we've heard in the past and kind of clarify stuff, because there is stuff to talk about that I think we can talk about now that we've entered 2020. So I know I'm calling, and so the first thing I should probably say to kind of have my own back is I title these videos whatever the game's title is that's like popular firstly on YouTube, and that's just for YouTube, literally. Like, I want people to see these videos. I don't think you can bash me for wanting to do that. I want YouTube to push this out, so I pick the title based off that. I also pick it based off what a lot of other people, whether it be media publications or other YouTube channels in general, are titling the game. Now, I think I'm one of the only people that really, I think I am the only one that consistently talks about this specific game. So maybe I am like the only one out there, but when I call it, Arkham 2020, I don't have a title. I used to call the game Arkham Legacy. I think we used to do like Court of Owls as well. Again, just kind of what's popular out there. So I just want to clarify that from like YouTube titling purposes. Don't go based off of my titles for the game, because I'm only, I'm kind of just giving a name to the game that YouTube would maybe like. So there's that. Now, the title of the game. We talked about this before, and people have made really good points. There is strength in the name Arkham, and it's a soft reboot. It's not a full-on reboot. I truly, if you're asking me, are they gonna? If that's the title of this video, then you probably have come wondering what I think. I think it's still gonna be called Arkham. I truly do. I don't know what. It could. I don't think, now that James Sigfield, who I've gone, back and forth on, of stuff that I believe from him, stuff I don't believe, some sketchier stuff that he said before that he kind of backtracks and makes sure he has a way out of basically everything he's ever said. He was talking if we would be like surprised or not on the new title, like we'll know why they're titling it when they title it. You know what I mean? I don't remember that specific line he said, but I do remember something along those lines. But I also do remember him saying, like, it's still an Arkham game. From the different leaks we've gotten from, and again, you can't trust them all, but we've gotten multiple leaks even leading up to the Game Awards as well. And a lot of them have also said, like, hey, it's still going to be called Arkham. It's going to be Arkham something, whether it be Arkham Legacy or whatever. So I'm going based off of literally what everybody has said. I mean, everybody has said it, that it's still an Arkham game. And again, does that make sense? Yeah, it absolutely does. This is a game that, again, you want, when people go to the store to buy this, or you go on the PlayStation Network, you go on Xbox Live, or whatever, however you're going to purchase this, yeah, there are us, the hardcore fans, okay? And there's maybe 20, 30, 40, 50,000 of us online, okay? But the vast majority of people that are going to buy these games, they, right now even, aren't even that into it, right? The most they get into it is when major publications say, hey, there's going to be a reboot, or, is it going to be at the Game Awards? Like, that's when people jump on. But for the most part, people don't follow this day to day, right? So you have to think about them, the casual gamer, right? The gamers that got these games to sell 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 million copies, right? That's not all. I mean, we are a big part of that, but we're not everybody. So for them, they go and they say, hey, it's Arkham. If it's called just Batman or whatever it wants to be called, you lose that power of tying it into the name of Arkham. And Arkham, again, is a very powerful name in terms of selling power. I mean, it just is. When you see Arkham, I think it immediately gives it a leg up. And now I had talked about my whole theory. I had like a thesis on it of how Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Montreal specifically was trying to get away from Arkham. I think that they were making, they did Suicide Squad, they did Wonder Woman, then they did that. So then they did those games and they failed, right? They couldn't get them to come out. And then I said that maybe they went back and they did the Damian Wayne game, but it was more of like a Batman Beyond thing. It was probably not even called Arkham, but then and now we can actually, so let's go off of that, because truly, and people have said this in the comments, I think we can put together the timeline now of what happened. They did that. They did they wanted to do different DC games. I think the goal goal of Warner Bros. Montreal was always to do DC games, right? They want to do Suicide Squad. They want to do Wonder Woman. I still think Wonder Woman could be that second game they're working on right now, but they did those. Then maybe they went to, and I think that's what happened right after. Then they went to a Batman game, but it was after Arkham Knight, right? It was the Damian Wayne game, all that kind of stuff. But it probably wasn't going to be called Arkham because they probably didn't want to be associated with Arkham Origins, with Rocksteady's games, again, all that kind of stuff. But then now, again, we can kind of put together the pieces of the puzzle. Warner Bros. Probably told them, hey, we like what you're doing. Like, you have some cool stuff here, but firstly, it's taken way too long, and you've canceled all these games. But secondly, we want to start like a universe, right? We want to start like a DC universe through our games. So we want you to stop this. We want you to make another Arkham game. And now here's where it gets a little dicey. Is it a full-on reboot? What are they going to respect from the? I like to use the word respect. What are they going to respect from the original games? Is it after Origins, before Asylum, and is it truly in that time period where all of the events of the Arkham games took place? Still, you can call it Arkham and not use the things that happened in the other Arkham games. You can totally do that, and I think that's what we talked about that in that last video, right? I think they can do that. I think they can still you can still assume that Arkham Asylum happened, or maybe they can reference it, but it could be a different style of Joker. Joker doesn't have to die in Arkham City. Arkham City maybe wouldn't happen in general. All those kind of things, they can pick and choose. I saw some people saying, well, they can't literally pick and choose like every small thing. It gets confusing. Yeah, I get that. They're going to pick and choose, I think, like game-by-game basis. Like either Arkham Asylum happened or it didn't happen. Arkham City happened or it didn't happen. Arkham Knight happened or they're not going to say, well, this one part of Arkham City happened, but this other part, like they're not going to go that, it's not that big of a actual thing, right? So that's what I think. I truly do believe that. I think it's still going to be called Arkham. The name has a lot of power. It allows them, again, to play with the universe that's already created, kick off a future universe, again, through Rocksteady, through that third development team that's making the Superman game, all that kind of stuff, and they still get to use the Arkham name. And also, again, if it's going to be, like, gameplay-wise, and we've seen a lot of people talking about that, like gameplay mechanics and all that, it's going to stay largely the same. And that can disappoint people all it wants to, but at the end of the day, so you're going to have a game. It's going to be a Batman-centric game. You can play as the Bat family, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be set in the Batman universe, probably loosely in the Arkham universe at the very least. It's the same kind of gameplay, traversal, all that kind of stuff, mechanics, but you're not going to call it Arkham. Like, come on. Really, like, everything is put together for it to be called Arkham. And again, if they want to going forward, it can really be the start of a new Arkham franchise. And again, they pick and choose what they want to keep from the originals, but as time goes on, I guess those games slowly fade away. Now, we'll always love them, and we'll always have appreciation for them, but 5-10 years down the line, when this new game, say it comes out in 2020, Arkham, I guess let's just call it Legacy. Arkham Legacy came out, and then there's another Arkham game that comes out 3, 4, 5 years from now. There's a Justice League game, there's a Superman game, there's a Wonder Woman game. You're going to see this, and it's going to be a brand new thing. And there'll be a couple Arkham games, right? But it won't be the old Arkham that we know, but it's still going to be called Arkham, and that name is still going to live on. So I think it's a slam dunk. I truly do. But things do change. Okay, the people that say, hey, they can change it last second, that is true to a degree. But let me tell you, when you have literally every single leak that's ever come out on this game saying that it's still called Arkham something. People had gone, I remember Arkham Insurgency was the name at some point. Outlaws, that was one, right? So there's been lots of different Arkham names, and sure, maybe it's just something that people have assumed, like whatever the name they heard. Maybe somebody heard from an inside source, it's called Insurgency, and they just threw Arkham with it. But I guess you can argue that, but still, every single leak, especially leading into State of Play back in September, the Capture the Night stuff, the Game Awards, all that kind of stuff, any leak that would come out is it's still called Arkham, but it's not called Legacy anymore, and you're going to be surprised when you see it, but you'll also know where it's coming from, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, like Court of Arkham is still possible, and so maybe they change where Arkham is, right? Because right now it's Batman, and then Arkham is the second word in the game. Maybe if it's, I don't know, Batman Court of Arkham, does that even sound right, though? So they could maybe do that. They can maybe put Arkham at the end of it, but I think, again, it's so powerful. It's such a big thing. I mean, it's an Arkham game, right? We think of these games as the Arkham games. That's just how we refer to them. That's how a lot of people assume them. Even people are calling it like the Arkham verse now, right? So it's got a lot of power. It's going to be something that I think is very prevalent in the actual title itself. So that's where I stand on it. I did. There's really nothing else newsworthy that I could find on the interwebs right now, but I did see a lot of people saying that. Now, people can say in the comments, I'm sure people will, that the title is changed and it's not called Arkham. I'd love for these people to once in their life tell me where they found these things from, because there's no evidence to point that. I guess you could say, okay, it's not confirmed that it's called Arkham, but there's nowhere that's saying that it's not called Arkham. So you can let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree, but I thought this would be a fun video to do if they should now, should they drop the name? I still actually don't think they should. I think they should keep the name. I think the name is good. I think it's fine. I think it connects, but they can still do their own thing. I guess if you think of it as long as they keep the Arkham name, they're stuck in that kind of mold of how the game operates. And I will get behind that argument. I think you have a fair point to say that, but I think just all the positives of it and where it could kickstart future stuff. And, if you make 2-3 Arkham games or you make another trilogy, you can eventually, hopefully, Warner Bros. And it's really Warner Bros. You want Warner Bros. To allow them to be able to do different things with the game, and that's what I'm hoping. So I don't have a problem with it if they were to drop it. I also don't think it would be a big deal. I think it would be a big deal financially or how you advertise it wise. I think it would be a big thing. But for me, sitting on my couch right now recording this video for you guys, I don't really have. I think they'll keep it, and I think if you ask me, I'd say I would want them to keep the name. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think they'll keep Arkham? Do you think they'll drop it? What do you think they would call it no matter what? Let me know. Make sure you guys, as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And again, you guys have been doing so awesome supporting these videos, leaving those likes, leaving the comments. Keep it up. Keep it up, because you guys have been truly, truly doing a phenomenal job. We're going to have more videos this week. I think tomorrow, actually, we're going to have one talking about a Rocksteady game. So we'll start talking about this extended universe that DC wants to make. We'll have more Batman videos. And as always, if something big happens, Arkham related, we will be doing that too. I also had that poll go up asking if you guys want me to cover the movie, and it seems like a lot of people want me to cover the Batman, which releases in June or July, I think July of 2021. So we will be covering that as well over the next couple weeks and going forward now indefinitely. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.